Hey everybody, welcome back to part number 3 of my interview with Mike Curtis. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, by the way, for more great interviews, lessons, and performance videos featuring the American folk art of clogging. In part 3 of my interview with Mike, we're going to talk about some exciting news and a chance for you to win $5,000. Woohoo! Everybody, if you're out there, subscribe to my channel, YouTube channel, Bride Clogger, for more of my interview with the awesome, the Elvis of clogging, Mike Curtis. No, he's not the Elvis of clogging. He's the Mike Curtis of clogging. Subscribe for more of my interview. And now we're back for part number 3 with Mike Curtis, everybody. So let's talk about the disaster, socially, economically, that's happened to us this year, COVID, and specifically how it's affected clogging, in your opinion.
So the big thing it's done to us is, you know, we're a staple in the Carolina Opry Theater show here in Myrtle Beach. And you get January off, and it's so nice to have that month off to rest up. And then when you get back, though, you miss that stage, you miss those people. So you enjoy being back. So we had just gotten back, and they shut us down. And it's to the point now where not only are we bored to death, but I miss the stage. I miss the audience. I miss the people in the show with us. And it's crazy. And then, you know, the competition circuit for clogging is life for a lot of these teams and a lot of these kids. I know it was for us when we were growing up. You went to one competition, and the second it was over, you were looking forward to getting to the next one. And so it's just a part of life that you love so much. And for that to be taken away for all these kids and all these directors, it really sucks.
It really is life-changing, the competition stuff, because I had super low self-esteem. I hated clogging, and I learned a workshop dance by Tandy Barrett to Jump for My Love, and that clicked a little light in my head that made me start to love clogging, right? And then I went to competition, and this was back in the days when, like Utah, I love Utah cloggers, they're so good, but I don't like that competitions now have everyone wins the trophy, right? When I started competing, I had to go compete against Brandon Nelson and all these other guys who were so good, and within a year I was winning, right? So it totally changed. That competition aspect gave me drive to want to be a better person, gave me confidence. So it sucks that it's been taken away from these kids. What are you doing to keep clogging? So you're doing workshops right now,
Actually, right? We just opened up a new studio for my wife. It's called Next Level Dance Experience. You have to check that out. Pretty cool little place that we just got open. So she's in the middle of her summer intensive right now. So she's 2 weeks in, right in the middle of it. Saturday, July 18th, we did a workshop. And we had kids coming in from Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, obviously, all these surrounding places to do a workshop. And the reaction to the kids was crazy because they were just so happy to be able to do something, you know. Yay. And now I've got people, it sold out so fast, we've booked another one on August 1st. It'll be happening. Same place here at our studio.
One of my students, Elizabeth Crawford, is thinking about flying out for your
That would be rocking.
Sure,
so
yeah.
we're doing it in a different way so that kids can get the most out of it because they don't know when they're going to get to go to another one, you know. So we're giving them a taste of everything and challenging them in a way that they'll be able to work on things for several amounts of time. Something that it's not just going to be a quick in and out workshop and you're done with it. It's something that they'll have to think about for a while.
Well, that's what I love about all that challenge you guys did this year, because, you know, Elizabeth and Caitlin have been working on it, and Elizabeth sent in her video, right? And I was like, well, you're not done working on it yet. You can still work on those steps. So she's been pushing herself to get it better and better and get her endurance stronger. It's been that virtual connection has helped cloggers, I think.
I remember her though. I remember her video. You know what I remember about her video too? I remember you standing there cheering her on while she's doing it. You know what I'm saying? And people don't understand what that does for a kid, though. To have somebody that they look up to there, cheering them on, supporting them, letting them know that you are good enough to do this, like that has a long-term effect on the kid that you just can't put money on.
Absolutely. Yeah, and their success is my success. Like, if I can't help my students grow, then I'm not doing my job. My goal with all my students is for them to be better cloggers than I am or was. And if they are, nobody's hating it. No, I'm kidding. I've taught at least a solid estimate would be 40,000 people.
That's
how
awesome.
to clog. That's awesome. And that's one of my things that I'm proudest of. Yeah, so COVID sucks. It's been, it's hard because we don't have that in-person classes, but I think the one thing it has done is enabled us to rethink how we are connecting as cloggers across the country. Because like I told you with Hee Haw, I believe that was the only time that cloggers everywhere had one common project to strive for, and that was to win the Hee Haw competition, right? And everybody from everywhere went there. And then when that ended, all the competitions broke apart. There's CCA, all the different ones. I don't even know all of them now, right? Utah just does Utah, and so COVID has opened up doors to us connecting again. And my students did the Smithville Bluegrass Festival and Jamboree competition this year, the Topanga Canyon Fiddle competition. We're doing sending videos for Simone's National Day of Clogging, right? All these things that can bring us together, even though we can't physically do that as easily now.
There's not enough of that camaraderie these days at competitions. It seems like we've gotten down a different path a little bit. I mean, they're still nice and all that type of stuff, but like when we were back, we almost couldn't wait for the competition to be over so we could go hang out with each other. We were going to give it to each other when it came to the competition, but once it was over, we were ready to hang out.
Yeah, for sure. Well, so that brings me to my next one. So you have some exciting news that you announced last Sunday.
I do.
Right. So tell us a little bit about that.
We were sitting around thinking exactly what you were thinking. The competition circuit, even worldwide, has come to a complete halt. And so we tried to figure out a way that we could bring some sort of ray of light to this entire competition world. So what we did is we put together a competition. We're going to divide it up into 3 categories. We're going to have a 3-person or less, a solo, duo, or a trio category, any age. Then we're going to have 2 different team categories, 15 and under age and age 16 and up. And what we're going to do is we're going to charge $100 for an entry fee for anybody that wants to get in, and we're going to give away $5,000 to the grand championship winner. It's going to be clogging, tap dancing, Irish step dancing, Canadian step dancing. Anybody that's got a tap on the shoe or does any kind of percussive dancing is going to be allowed to enter this. And hopefully we want to find out who's the best in the world. You know what I'm saying? And what better time to do it than in a time where we're all confined at home and sad because we can't compete. So let's put something together. Let's connect, with all these people all over the world. The videos that everybody's going to see in this is going to be crazy. And at the end of it, it's going to come down to somebody being crowned champion and winning $5,000.
And how are you guys picking the winner? Is it going to be the winner with most views? Are you guys going to judge them yourself?
We're going to set it up. We've kind of taken most of the bias out. I say most, but all of the bias out. So, all of us, all that guys, we've all got our favorites throughout the competition world, and we don't want any of that bias to come into play. So we're going to have a West Coast judge, somebody that lives in the West Coast, that doesn't have anything with the competition circuit, but that knows what they're doing. We're going to have somebody from out there that's going to judge. Then we're going to have an East Coast person. Our East Coast judge is going to be well-versed in clogging, tap, and Irish step dancing. So if there are any Irish or tap groups that come in, she's going to know what's going on. Then I'm going to call on one of my famous tap dancer friends that spent some time on Broadway. And then we may call on a couple other famous friends that we have to be the 3rd judge. Ideally, they are going to make the decisions. We are going to allow everybody in the world to vote. So once we put all these videos up, we'll divide them up into 4 rounds. Once you see the acts, you will be able to vote. That will have an influence on the judge's decision. That won't necessarily pick the winner, but it'll allow us to know who you like, who you enjoy watching, who you're supporting, and the judges will take that into consideration. But like I said, we've tried to take all of the bias out. We don't want there to be any kind of bias or any kind of favoritism whatsoever, so that's the way we've said it.
That's really exciting. Guys, again, as soon as I heard you mention it, I thought, well, there's a way that you could actually bring people together. There's enough excitement behind it. The prize money is good. And it gives people a project to work on, even though they can't be with their whole 16-member team or whatever it is.
We're real excited about it because we're actually going to crown 3 different winners. The 3 categories we have, when it comes to the final round, there will be 15 in that final round, but then we'll crown a solo, duo, trio winner, a 15 and under team winner and a 16 and over team winner, they'll win $500 each. Then those three winners will go head to head for the $5,000 final prize.
Good job, all that. So if people want to find out about that, you can go to All That's Facebook page, and there will be specifics so that you can learn how to sign up, how to submit your video the right way, and make sure you do it right so you can win $5,000.
$5,000.
Nice. All right, one last thing before we sign off, Mike. So you obviously, like I said, you have done so much to elevate the image of clogging, and you and the guys. Like when I say you, it's you and the guys. I feel like you're kind of like the most outspoken member of all that we see the most. What words of encouragement would you have for, say, cloggers that are up and coming, like 13 to 16, that aren't sure what they're doing with it, but they're excited about it?
I tell you, like you were saying, it's funny you said something about the guys. I'm nothing without those dudes. That's where I've been the luckiest, is we actually got together and each one of us has the same drive, the same want to use your imagination as the other. So we were able to push each other. So kids today, I think your imagination is the greatest thing that God could ever bless you with. So don't let that go to waste. If there's something that you want to do, don't let anybody tell you no, because God blessed you with that imagination. Put it to use to the fullest and just see. And worst case scenario, somebody might tell you no, or you might fail once or twice. We failed more than we've succeeded, but we have succeeded after we failed. You learn lessons from all that type of stuff. Every time that you fail, or anytime somebody tells you no, you take what they tell you and you make yourself better. And we ended up having that group that pushed each other. So push and push and push and drive yourself to be the best you can be, and don't let anybody tell you no, because we are living proof that this can be done 100%.
Absolutely. I think you guys, me, there's not a lot of people who do make a full-time living clogging, right? There's not, but it can be done, and you just have to think outside the box. And if there's something you want to make happen, you can create your own market. Like absolutely. If you love it, you can make it happen.
On this, if you can't figure it out, you call me up, send me a message. I'll help you figure it out, whoever it is. It don't even matter.
You know what? That's one of the things I like about you too, is over the years when I've needed dancers, because there's not a lot of pro level cloggers in California, and my work is not full time. I've always been able to call Mike Curtis and say, dude, I need some awesome dancers, send them my way. And you've always helped me out.
I've always been happy to. I think it's for a great reason to send people to you. You treat them well and give them great opportunities. I don't see any way you can't keep doing that.
And we're bringing clogging in a different way than you guys are. You guys are doing more high profile stuff. But with our 200 to 400 shows every summer, we're going to small towns where they've never seen it. They don't know what we're talking about, what we're doing. And they're like, whoa, we want to do that. And that's one of the things on my channel I'm trying to do now too, is create online lessons where people in any small podunk town can learn to clog, even if they don't have a teacher there. So that's been going good. We picked up 200 something subscribers in the last 6 weeks. I feel like we're on a growing pattern.
I think going to those small towns and stuff like that, though, that's going to have as big, maybe a bigger effect on anything, because that's people that you really need to reach.
Right, because clogging is a folk dance. It's a dance of the people, right? It's not like a ballet where it's more of an elitist trained dance. Most cloggers are self-taught, self-technique driven, right? Like it's got that kind of just real person style, which I love about it. That's what I love. Mike, you are a gentleman and a scholar. I've so enjoyed.
Bless your heart, man. Thank you for having me.
Do me a favor. Tell everybody to subscribe to my channel.
Yo, everybody watching, make sure you subscribe to Bry Clogger on YouTube. You're going to be missing out if you don't. This is great info. This is great stuff that you need to be getting on. Make sure you subscribe right now.
That's right. You heard it from Mike Curtis himself, so you better do it right now, you guys. I hope you loved listening to this conversation with All That's Mike Curtis as much as I enjoyed chatting with him. Subscribe to our channel for more great clogging content, and don't forget to enter All That's virtual competition for your chance to win $5,000.